What's going on, guys? And this is Greek Wrath, and like promised, here's a video straight after the E3 multiplayer release for Battlefield 4, and I'm excited to bring this to you. Unfortunately, we can't use their video due to copyright reasons and blah 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 legal stuff. We'd get sued and I'd lose a house, but we can add screenshots. So I'll be adding screenshots throughout this video. What you're seeing now is obviously Battlefield 3. So yeah, don't judge it on this. This is Battlefield 3. But yeah, so I will be adding screenshots into this video and talking about the points I'm obviously bringing up. And I've got to mention, I've got to admit to you guys, I have fallen out of love recently with Battlefield 3. I don't know what it was or what it is. I can't really put my finger on it, but yeah, I'm not really feeling the same love for it anymore. But in these videos that I'm looking at, I can definitely tell it's coming back in a big way. Like my first crush, it just, one, the game looks beautiful and it's probably not even half finished yet, and two, the biggest thing I can notice straight off the offset in the first firefight is the suppression. It just seems as though it's been majorly nerfed or overhauled. It only lasts a second or half a second if that, and isn't a game breaker like it was in Battlefield 3 in my opinion. Another thing you notice in the first firefight is now your assault rifles can have dual purpose sights, which is obviously something they have taken from Medal of Honor and made it work. And also notice how the Beretta pistol that he's using has a high vis colouring on the rear sight, so I'm guessing you can upgrade the sights for the pistols, which is something we've been asking for Battlefield 3, and I'm glad they've put it into Battlefield 4 because that's what we wanted and that's what we should get. Yes, it does look like, if you look on the bottom left of this screenshot, you can see the squad runs, squad ammo, squad frag, and I can't make out what that last one is. Looks new to me, but taking that to one side, notice how there's a progression bar now on it. So as you can see in this one, they've only unlocked squad run, yet they've got squad ammo and squad frag to achieve. So I'm guessing sticking with your squad is now more important than anything, the way it should be really. So lone wolfing probably won't affect the progression bar as much as being together in a squad will. Interestingly enough though, when they get shot by the tank, you see it drop down a little bit. So I'm not sure if one of them died in that or whatever. Talking about that tank, you can see how the player can now use sort of dynamic destruction, which actually changes the landscape of the battle. So this tank drops down and looks like it's completely immobilized. I'm not sure if it can move its turret or if that's done for added benefit, but you can tell it can't actually drive anywhere, and then obviously it's just easy to C4. So that's quite cool, and that'll add a nice dynamic tactic for anyone that's eager enough to use it. And obviously here we go, another screenshot of the boat, and the only thing I can really say about the boats is that they have been given steroids. These things are now floating death machines. And if you look, they've also got their own little to unlock tree. So as we see, this guy has a 30mm high explosive cannon and also has a tow launcher as well as IR smoke. So it shows that you can unlock the same things you could do for the tank, for example, for the boats, which is now much better because, as we all know, the little rubber dinghies on Battlefield 3 were just floating coffins and just a point farm for the other team, especially jets, etc. So I'm glad that's been done. We see it again when they go upstairs and they're firing through the window, which is quite cool, which leads on to the other screenshot which I'm going to add, which is the commander's point of view. They've released just another trailer whilst actually recording this, where they show that you can play on a tablet now, which is linked to your computer or PS4, PS3, etc, etc. And in the trailer they actually show this woman playing in a coffee shop. So I'm not sure if you actually have to be at your console or PC to be playing, or you can take your tablet anywhere and just play as a commander, which is, if that is the case, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be taking my tablet into work a lot more often and run the risk of getting sacked, but it's all worth it, right? Because I'm a gamer and that's what we do. But talking about the commander's perspective, it does seem as though each flag on the map has its own perk, as it were. So within this, you can see the US team have Bravo, and by having Bravo, it gives them access to the Tomahawk missile. They've got the EMP UAV and the Scan UAV. The Russians have control of Charlie and Echo, which gives them the deployable gunship, so the AC-130, and the infantry scan. I'm not sure how that differs from the UAV scan, so that's going to be interesting to see. Another point is on the bottom left, you can see the names of both commanders for the teams. So that's pretty sweet. So I'm not sure if the commanders can see what each other are doing, because on the top of the screen you can see two friendly tanks, the green ones, have some sort of locked cursor on them. So I'm not sure if he can see that the enemy commander is focusing on these guys. I'm guessing the commander's tools are completely reliant on being spotted by the guys on the ground, because in the other screenshot, when we see him aiming at the Tomahawk and following it down onto the target, he gets no points for this. So I'm guessing the commander takes all the points and all the glory, but it was relying on him to spot them for him to actually target them and send in that Tomahawk missile. I'm guessing in the final release you'd probably get some sort of spot bonus. So it's good that you can't just blindly fire. If you can, who knows though, but I would personally like it if you can't blindly fire, because in Battlefield 2 that was done a lot with the artillery shells. But then again, even if you can blindly fire, due to the fact there's only one Tomahawk missile, you will not be as effective as if you had spotted targets. So that's good to see. And as we see right at the end of the map, you've got the Caspian border-esque destruction of the map, where you get the big tower falling down on you, and they still play on. So the whole game has now just evolved. You can now play in amongst the rubble of this. I think that's awesome, and yeah, you know, that is next gen technology, not a bunch of fish swimming away from you like they do in other games mentioned. This stuff is truly epic. And at the very last screenshot, we see a counter knife. Now this is something people have been wanting or talking about, and it's pretty awesome, because in Battlefield 3 it sucks balls being front knifed and doing absolutely nothing about it. Just seeing your life being stabbed away is horrible. So I'm glad they've added the fact that, who knows how it's done, maybe if you button mash quick enough you can get off the counter knife. And just how much would you need to teabag the guy who tried to knife you if you counter knife him? You'd have to. It should be law. You need to teabag that person. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Do like, etc. We will be adding the descriptions to the actual video for it in the description, because yeah, we've got a phone call from our solicitors and lawyers saying we need to do that, so we will be doing that. Other than that, guys, again, hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it. Like and do all that cool stuff, and we'll bring in you another video soon.